Values Prayer Mission to be led by our most outstanding member, JCI member, Colonel Tandusko.
Lupang hinirang, mulit na ng magiging sa manlulubi. Di ka kasisi sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong mugaw. May kinagang tula at tawag sa pagkalang minamahal. Ang isang ng pagkawat mo'y tabuhay na nagninuni. Ang bituin at tawag na kailan pa may maglitin. Lupang ang araw na walang ating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na habang may makakabit, ang mamatay lang dahil sa'yo.
Let us all recite the GCI values, prayer, mission, and vision in unison and with conviction. GCI values. We believe that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life, that the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nations, that economic justice can best be won by free men through free enterprise, that government should be of laws rather than of men, that Earth's great treasure lies in human personality, and that service to humanity is the best work of life. JCI prayer. We reaffirm our conviction that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life. May the Lord guide us in all our undertakings. JCI vision, mission, development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. JCI vision, to be the foremost global network of young leaders.
Thank you. You may now be seated. All right. So welcome to our 8th episode of Culiat Talks. So ilang months na lang matatapos or ma-accomplish natin yung 12 months na Culiat Talks natin. And hoping for the next year, meron pa rin mga Culiat Talks. And before we officially start our program, I would like to request the presence of our 2023 LO President, President Kate Reyes Romero, for her opening remarks.
Good evening, everyone. To our dear past presidents, PP Rafi, PP Obex, PP Abs, PP Glenn, and of course PP JC, thank you for taking your the time out to be here. Thank you for agreeing to do this, and thank you for your support. To our members last year, when we had our past presidents dinner sa Fortune, as part of our planning, si PP Arnel, I remember, asked me a question, why do we keep on inviting, or why I invited the past presidents for the dinner? Na on the spot ako actually. And then, he asked if it's solely for sponsorship. And then, sabi ko, no, hindi naman po para lang sa sponsorship. Although, of course, your financial contribution to the chapter really helps us po. Pero, I just related na our past presidents, the League of Past Presidents of Culiat, they are somehow similar to the elders of even in ancient history. They provide wisdom. No, because you guys provide wisdom to the chapter. And our League of Past Presidents, to tell you guys, they are one of the strongest suits ng chapter natin. It takes a lot of time, it takes decades actually, to actually build this kind of strength. Kasi it takes longevity, and not all chapters are able to do that. And Culiat, we are already on our 71st year, so I think the past presidents will agree with me that it's 71 years strong naman tayo. And we owe it to our past presidents to be able to build this kind of culture and this strength that we have in Culiat. I've also mentioned during our induction that our past presidents are the pillars of strength ng Culiat. Kanina morning, we were in Alaminos. We attended the ACM, I was joined by past President JC and Director Jella. And then on our way home here, we were discussing how the past presidents give the president, the current president, and its board the liberty to do what we think is right for the year, for the chapter. And we thank you for giving us that kind of liberty, that freedom to be able to do how we want it done. But at the same time, it's also comforting that we know you guys are there to support us. We can come to you, to run to you for advice and for courage. So your mere presence po here tonight, it gives the chapter a sense of courage, a sense of fortitude that we could carry on in the years to come because of your presence. So again, maraming salamat po for being here. And to our members, I hope that we'll maximize this time, this night. I hope that you guys get inspired and have a better understanding on the kind of, on the brand of leadership that Culiat has to offer and what they have cultivated over the years. And I hope also that you will continuously, actively participate in our chapter. So again, maraming salamat everyone for coming and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine, for your welcome remarks. And to formally start our program, let me introduce to you our speakers. Okay, our 1997-1998 president, let's give him a round of applause to JCI Senator, our Vice President Rafael Rafi Y. Angeles. Palakpakan po natin. Next up, we have our 2003-2004 President, JCI Senator Oliver Obeng D. Gozon. And our 2005-2006 President, JCI Senator Glenn G. So. Palakpakan po natin sa Glenn. Our past AVP and our 2009 LO President, JCI Senator Adeline Abs Marie Nepomuceno. Together with our past AVP and 2015 LO President of JCI Angeles City Culiat, let's give him a round of applause, PP John Carlo JCE Lim. The presence of our Board of Directors, led by Pres A. Reyes Romero, together with Executive Vice President Stephen Dominic Malaban, our Treasurer Dane Morales, and Directors of JCI Angeles City Culiat. Palakpakan naman po natin sila. Alright. Sige, siguro sa mga past presidents natin, mga new faces na po yung mga nakikita nyo sa harap nyo ngayon, no? But then again, I would like to ask, sino yung mga halos kaka-deliberate or kaka-pasok lang talaga na member ngayon sa JCs? Pakitaas po yung kamay. Yan. Sino naman yung mga made-deliberate pa lang? Yun. Sino naman yung mga medyo matagal-tagal ng members ng Culiat? Siguro po may mga familiar faces kayo, no, na nakikita sa harap na kasama ng deliberation, no? Nung time ninyo. So this is your chance. And I'm grateful to be your host. So it will be my chance, no? Parang sila naman yung i-deliberate natin ngayon. Diba? So if you have questions, mamaya you can reserve your questions. You can write down. Kung nahihiya kayo mismo ang magtanong, you can write down, then you can give it to us, then tayo ang magtatanong para sa kanila. Alright? So mga PPs, available ba yung mic natin? Saan yung mic natin? Wala? Frankie, isa lang. Yeah? Sige po. So syempre, simulan natin dun sa pinakabata. Diba? So pinakabata is just a series of questions, no? But then again, everyone can answer din naman. For the since si ABPJC, no, isa yan sa mga pundasyon ng mga new generation ngayon ng Culiat. The first question is, what inspired you to join JCI and what made you stay?
What inspired me to join JCI? Number one, first and foremost, kung hindi nyo alam, kaya pangalan ko That's my name is Jesus because of my dad. Because Jesus, when I was born, he was the EPP that time when I was born. No? So I joined GCI when past President A, the wife of Lenzo. So being the former Chinese connection of Amelia City Culiat, I was forced by my dad to go to the OBI. Doon ako nagsimula. No? So what inspired me to stay is because of these people right here and yung mga kabatch ko ba na wala rin. Remember GCI, as the great one will say, GCI should be fun. And going back from Manila, studying in Manila, working a year in Manila, then going back to Canada, I don't have a group na other than 8, no? Group talaga. So when I met with Glenn, talaga it was welcoming. It was welcoming. It was hard. I mean, that way, baby Jesus, it was hard. Pero sabi nga, kung hindi mo pinaghirapan, hindi mo mamahalin. So it was very hard. But because I gained friends and support group, kumbaga, Pojit #1, me and Pojit. So, by the way, if you knew that because yung daddy ni Pojit was president at that time. So me and Pojit talagang stick with each other. And then, yun na, nagkaroon ng mga core group, masaya, araw-araw, araw-araw kinabilan. So, araw-araw, I mean, every day yung ginagawa, hindi lang yung, it wasn't the old life na katrabaho sa umaga, pag-uwi mo, mag ka na ng TV or whatever. So it gave me more purpose. It gave me more something to look forward.
But again, may follow-up question lang tayo. Despite of your age, no, you're 37, right? Sorry, Bulgara tayo ng edad. And we all know naman na yung baby mo, kakalabas ng 1 year, mag-1 year pa lang sa group show. So, ano pa yung nagpapa-inspire sa'yo? Like, definitely you have other plans pa for JCs for these coming years. So, ano pa yung nagpapa-burn, nagpapa-init ng apoy sa'yo for you to stay in JC?
Number one, just like what I said earlier sa ACM kanina when I was given a privilege to speak during the plenary. I owe a lot to JCI. I owe a lot to JCI. My life, I became who I am because of JCI. Other than my college studies, JCI became JCI because of Amelia City Culiat. Wala nang iba. Amelia City Culiat gave me the courage, the confidence, the strength, to overcome whatever adversities or challenges. So, what inspired me to go move forward to become AVP, to National Awards Chair, now for maybe a higher position is, alam mo yun, sinabi ko na ito dati sa speech ko na ang sarap siguro na lahat, the real GCI movement, the values of GCI is widespread. That's the kind of world I want to live for my child. Dahil yung pagdating ng panahon, I mean, at the end of the day, JCI is made for world peace. So, ang sarap na imagine it na. So, ako doon na. I mean, I'm not perfect. Pero I know on my simple ways, I have affected a lot of local organizations. Not just Culiat, pero other chapters as well. So, the simple answer is, yung fulfillment of inspiring other chapters to step forward and do more.
Alright, thank you. Napakabigat nun, no? Fulfillment, yun yung number 1 na highlight din, no? Sa mga sinabi ni PPJC. Let's move on to PP Glenn. What motivated you to become a leader within our organization? I believe before po, naging area officer pa tayo, no? Nung panahon natin. So what motivated you to become a leader within our organization?
Eh, kala ko sasagutin ko yung same question. Tapos sumasagot siya, iisip ko yung sasabihin ko. Ay, sa kanya. Okay, actually, this panel is stated by 3 AVPs and 2 RVPs. Tama, no? Dito natin, nag-RVP ka rin, ha? Nag-MVP ka before, no? Oh, yan. 3 AVPs and 2 RVPs. Nagbago na kasi yung mga details. Before, it's called the Regional Vice President. The AVP now, before was the National Executive Vice President. Natapos sa akin nun. After ko, AVP na pinalitan nila yung leader. Anyway, going back to your question, but it motivated you to become a leader. Yung GCI kasi, ang impact niya sa buhay ko is different. When I grew up, I'm from Angeles City, but I grew up in Manila. Since grade 6 until I graduated college, Manila. So all my friends, they're in Manila. Then, I have to come home, wala akong kakilala. So ang sabi ng father ko, then, why don't you join JCI? And my father was also a past president and a past national treasurer. So, sumali ako ng JCI, nakita ko. JCI was very different then. Culiat, the culture was very different then. Siyempre, kanya-kanya mga ano naman yan. So, nung naging member na ako, nakita ko, wow, if you participate and you put in the effort, malaki yung learn. And you learn things that you will not learn in school. Matututunan mo sa JCI. So, very appreciative ako, okay pala. So, yun ang journey ko hanggang naging board of directors, hanggang eventually naging president in 2005. And right after that, I ran for national vice president. Kasi nakita ko na meron pa nandun pa yung fire. At na-elect ako as national vice president or the RVP. And the year after that, 2007, na-elect din ako as the NAVP or the AVP ngayon. After that, nagpahinga ako. Na-inlove na ako. Nakilala ko na sa PPK, sabi niya, tama na yan. Okay.
Alright, Titi Glenn, for the benefit of our PJC, and yung mga iba kasi from our PJCs are freshly grad or yung mga young professionals and all. Na-mention mo kanina, sabi mo is marami kang matututunan sa JCs na hindi mo natututunan sa school. Maybe po natin ma-cite some examples or isa-isa na ano yung mga natutunan nyo na baka hindi pala nila alam na natututunan din pala nila, hindi lang nila napapansin. Kasi sorry for the benefit of our BBGCs, we have some of our BBGC members na I've heard na hindi basa or baka minsan meron lang kayong hindi pa pala alam na kailangan nyo matutunan. Pwede natin maisa-isa.
Are the areas of opportunities sa GCS Council 5 or are the ilan ka? There's the individual, business, international, and community. Correct? Okay. Individual, dito ako nag-focus that time Introvert ako before. Would you imagine kaya umupo dito? Natutunan ko yan sa JCI. Because of TOSA and Wailea. Noong una, hindi ko kaya magsalita, nanginginig ako ganyan. Hindi mo matututunan yan sa eskwela. Ano ginagawa natin kapag, kahit paano senaryo natin sa school? Alam mo yung sagot, nandyan si teacher, humihingi ng recitation. Alam mo yung sagot pero ayaw mag-eye contact sa teacher. Kasi nahihiya tayo. So that's one, matutunan ko yan. How can you engage, how can you speak publicly with confidence? That's one. Pangalawa, you always participate, and then you observe, and then you learn. Character building kasi ang JCI. Makikita mo yan kapag nagkaroon na kayo ng engagement with other members and with the members of other chapters, you build relationships. Hindi mo rin makukuha sa school. Marami pang iba. Pero ito yung importante sa akin kasi what I did, nung member pa lang ako, lumabas na ako from Culiat. Hindi ako nag-stay within the chapter. Talagang lumabas ako lahat ng mga ACMR scenes, NACCON, even not the World Congress, even the ASPAC, inattendan ko siya. Kasi yun lang talaga kung hindi ka lumabas na nag-participate, sasabihin mo, wala naman ako makukuha sa JCI. So nasa sa inyo yun. That's a challenge na ipapalik ko sa inyo.
Yes, early bird, no? Thank you very much, Titi Glenn. Palakpakan naman natin si Titi Glenn. And of course,
May follow pa
yes,
also.
please.
Sabi niya, yes, do go and register sa area code, sa NACCOD, sa ASPAC, but with this in mind. Pag nag-attend kayo dyan, hindi lang fellowship ang habol. JCI lang ang organization na mag-offer sa iyo ng free seminars na otherwise napakamahal. Yung mga coaches nila, ang mamahal ng mga yan. But if you join, if you register, these are free for you. Sayang, maximize yung time you're using.
Yeah, imagine, di ba? For example, Culiat talks, like how much do we charge? 300 pesos, 500 pesos, then you'll get a training. Kaya abangan nyo rin yung mga susunod na Culiat talks na episode natin ng this coming months. No? So, press, pinromote na natin. So, we have to make sure na quality talaga yung ibibigay natin sa kanila. Next, ito tinakon ko talaga to kay ABP Abs. No? Kasi isa rin ako sa mga medyo naka-witness, parang bagong member or BPGC ako nung time na yun. Then, napaka-busy ni ABP Abs nung time na yun for national. No? So, nung pumasok akong BPGC, ABP Abs is already ABP.
Yes.
Sakto. No? So the question is, can you share one memorable challenge you have faced in Culiat or in JCI and how you have overcome it?
Ginagantihan mo ko, ha? Challenges. Okay, I'll handle this stage by stage. In Culiat, my challenge was really overcoming my personal demons or personal fears. Because like Titi Glenn, I entered GCs, I was not exactly an introvert. Pero you cannot expect me to hold the mic steadily or volunteer to speak in front of a large number of people or even speak calmly as I am right now. I used to be Baby Jesus, okay, past President Glenn. And pag Aiden prayer, ganun yung mic. Yeah, favorite niya akong tinatawag nun. Hanggang one day, hindi na. So it was a personal, my challenge as a JCI Culiat member was overcoming my individual fears of handling a project because suddenly you're responsible for so many things na usually sa school ina-avoid ko din. Yung team leader, oh no, I don't want. I'm just a follower. Sa JCs, you are forced to be a team leader and you are forced to learn by fire, by pain, experience, and fun. And then you get through it, oh my God, how did I get through that? Kaya pala. Diba? So yung fear ko before, na Abs, ikaw yung chairperson ng TOSA. Are you kidding me? No. I don't want the responsibility. I just want to be here to drink and party and make friends. But I did it. O Abs, ikaw yung chairperson ng batch niyo. Why? And I don't want to be responsible for the attendance of other people. Ayaw mag-attend ni VP Rafi, kailangan kapag-attend siya because he's under my chairmanship. How do you do that? I didn't learn that in school, not in masters, not in college. That is life, those are life lessons that I only learned in JCI. Culiat. Baby JCs, actually, to be specific. Yung Baby JC program ng Culiat, it seems, minsan parang feeling mo frat. Kaya parang, bakit na ako serve? Parang Abs, serve mo yung table na yun, tapos entertain mo. Server na, GRO pa. Very unbecoming of me. But I did it. I learned how to talk to people. All kinds of people. Nice, rude, intelligent, challenged. And you learn how to accept all of these people. You don't judge them. You become friends with them. You learn to communicate. You learn to work with them. That was one challenge I had to overcome as a JCI member in Culiat. When I stepped up outside the chapter as a national officer, then it's an entirely new ballgame. Because these are no longer people of your town. You're talking to different cultures na, different language. It's not your hometown, not your home port. So, tago na naman. And then you deal with politics, which is existed within the chapter and outside the chapter. And those are two very different things. That is for another JCI talk altogether. But you learn how to deal with life in general na kahit na kaibigan mo pero hindi mo siya kasangga. Opponent mo pero hindi mo siya kalaban. You learn these things in JCI. Not because this person is going against what you believe in, it doesn't mean that they're against your personal opinions or you as a person. You just have two different ways of going about things. And you have to deal with that. See, you learn that. An opponent is not your enemy. He's not attacking you as a person. You just have different opinions about a certain matter. And that's not a bad thing. That's one of my national challenges. And of course, natalo ako. That was a challenge altogether na you have to overcome defeat and be graceful and be grateful for the learnings that you receive after you're defeated. You bow and you say thanks to all the people who helped you. And you say thanks to the people who gave you time, even if they did not support you. Because they still gave you that piece of their time to listen to you and to give you a chance. Those are my learnings. Ang hirap mag-issues. Thank you very much.
Yes, palakpakan natin it's for the benefit of everyone, no? Doon tayo natututo, doon tayo mas nag-aspire pa ng mas malaki because of our mga pinagdadaanan. Alright? And next to PPO Beng, how do you balance your responsibilities as a leader with your personal and professional life? Yan, kung makikita nyo, yung mga billboard na nagliliparan dyan sa highway, no? And syempre, yung mga sponsored tarpaulins natin sa kanilang gagaling. And at the same time, no, paano nga ba nagagawa ng PPO Beng balansehin ang business, personal, and officer sa isang organization?
Thank you. Good evening po sa lahat. Actually, ang pinakauna po is setting your priorities straight, no? For me, number one is family. Number two is my profession, my business. And number three, the organization. So before you engage organization, you have to see to it that the needs sa family mo are taken care of, no? Kasi hindi naman pwede na tutulong ka sa iba, pero may pagkukulang ka sa family mo, no? So number two, business. So yung mga natutunan natin sa GCs, the proper utilization of the organizational structure, yung proper delegation of work. So I see to it that lahat ng trabaho ay properly delegated on time and well served. So pag yung dalawa na priorities ko na yun ay okay na, then I go to my extra, which is the organization. So ganun po. So ganun ko binabalanse yung tatlo.
his age. Diba? Ang galing na mag-balance. Plus yung mansion niya somewhere in 301 is a business. Diba? So, salute to PP Omeng. Palakpakan naman natin si PP Omeng. Of course, no, our next PP na sasagot sa question, which is PP Rafi, here's your question. What qualities and skills, in your opinion, should our leaders in Culiat possess?
Thank you. Good evening, fellow JCI members. It's nice to be here. Thank you for that question, PP Don. What qualities
Yes.
and skills?
And skills, in your opinion, should our leaders in Culiat possess?
Alam niyo, the definition of leadership is being able to convince people that they won't normally do. Like yung kinakwento nga ni past President namin, nung na-assign siya sa amin, para pulitin kami, para mag-attend. O syempre, magaling siya. Syempre, nung kinonvince na kami mag-attend, of course, that's leadership. Being able to convince people to do things that they won't normally do. So that's the definition of leadership. So kung magkaka-leader tayo, dapat yung alam nila. And actually, may notes ako dito eh. And another thing, importante yung to a leader is to be flexible. Sabi nga nila kanina na ang organization natin is composed of different people. May mga educated, may mga malakas uminom, may mga hindi uminom. Iba-ibang personalities dito. And when you become a leader, dapat alam mo kausapin lahat ng members. Kasi sa totoo lang, when you become president or an officer of this organization, dapat marunong kang makisama sa lahat ng mga members. Kasi it's a challenge na i-ano mo sila, i-uplift mo sila, i-encourage mo sila to participate, at saka do your best to make them feel at home and make them love this organization. And then, aside from that, how do you do this? How do you possess these abilities? Actually, yung sabi nga ni past President Glenn, is by attending yung mga area conferences at saka national conventions. I'm very fortunate na when I joined JCs in 1991, my first actually convention was a World Congress. I've attended 8 World Congresses. Yung sabi nga ni past President Glenn, I've attended seminars also. So, hindi lang puro inom during World Congress, I also, kasama ko si past President Robert sa Las Vegas, no? Nag-attend kami ng mga seminars. You learn a lot of things when you attend conventions and conferences. Which I would encourage you to join. Kasi po marami tayong nalalaman doon. Aside from meeting other people from different chapters or different nationalities. Imagine my first World Congress was 1994 in Kobe, Japan. And I was so shocked to see JCs from all over the world. Lalong-lalo na may JCs pala sa Russia. There's JCI Russia. I was so shocked. And then that's how I got hooked. And then, aside from the fellowship, we attended various seminars. Yung sinasabi nga ni past President Glenn, totoo yun. Kasi there was a time when we attended the World Congress, ang mga speakers namin, si Stephen Covey, si Tony Robbins, yung mga talagang speakers na magagandang motivational speakers. Up to now, you can find them on YouTube. Imagine, you would watch that, basta registered ka lang sa Congress, and you will be able to learn from them and hear them speak. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, PP Rafi. Palakpakan po natin si PP Rafi. But then again, we have a bonus question to PPJC, no? Since anim yung nakaprepare natin question, sakto, sa'yo talaga yung ikot. How did you, or at present, how do you handle politics, especially in Culiat or in JCI as a whole?
The politics in JCI Culiat, and the politics in the national, and the politics in the world, iba-iba yan. Sa atin, sa LO kasi, it's more emotional. Because lahat tayo dito, magkakaibigan, lahat tayo magkakasama. Diba? I always believe that Culiat members will consider each other brother and sister. And at the end of the day, sabi nga ni BPR, it doesn't mean na you have two different point of view. It means someone is wrong and I'm right, you're wrong. It's not like that. Iba lang talaga yung perception niya, ibang perception. And if you do not respect each other, talaga magkakagulo. Okay lang. 2020, AVP ako, president, sila nag-away kami. Because we have different point of view. Pero at the end of that, nung nag-usap na kami, nag-away kami, face to face. After that, di ba, we are more open to each other. It's because you have to, sa LO, you have to break those walls. Lalo na, meron kayong, if you are, ako naniniwala ako na kaibigan mo isang tao, kung ako, kaibigan mo isang tao, kung mali kang ginagawa sa sabihin, and I expect you to do the same to me. Kasi I'd rather you say something when I see something bad than not say anything at all. Ganun lang. So sa national naman, yung politics sa national is very, iba talaga. Iba pa yung sa area, iba pa yung sa national. It's a whole different animal. Masyadong mas matindi pa siya kaysa sa local politics natin sa to tell you frankly. Which is something that I don't admire and I will never succumb to. Now, may nag-build, kung mapapansin nyo, may mga close chapters, may mga chapters na may category 1, tapos makikita nyo, lima lang sila. These things, it's a whole different ballgame, it's a whole different session. Pero, yun, politics at the end of the day is, if you cannot respect the other person, you cannot play politics. Because, again, people are unique. People are unique. We will always have differences. We will always have a different point of view. But it does, remember this, it doesn't make the other person wrong. And it doesn't make you right. Magkaiba lang talaga. You have to accept that. Na hindi tayo pare-parehas. We came from different family backgrounds. We came from different upbringing. We came from different cultures. Even sa atin, dito sa Edo. So we don't expect the other person to be like you. Because sometimes we tend to do that. And that's when the politics and hatred comes in. Ganun lang yan. Ako ay na-handle ko sa my wife knows this. Pag may nagchismis ako na nabidig, if it's somebody that will says na I would respect it more if they would say it in front of me, like what Don did. Talaga sinabi niya sa akin. I'll respect you more than yung uusapan ng pera. Because that's how we overcome politics in our local organization. Yun lang.
Or members sila, tsaka madi-deliberate pa lang. Anong advice mo sa mga gustong maging officer ng Culiat, maging board of director, maging part ng mga execom or ng kung anumang posisyon sa local organization natin?
Isa-isahin natin. Doon sa mga gustong
Maging officer, maging board of director,
doon sa mga gustong
president.
umakyat ng presidente. Kung sino man, kung meron man, always remember, ang kultura ng Culiat, ang presidente ay servant. Tandaan niyo yan. Hindi kapos. Yun ang in-instill ng mga elders namin, tulad ni Pipi Rafi. Siya lang yung elder sa table na ito. Pero yan talaga, kidding aside. Kung gusto mo maging presidente, tandaan nyo lagi, ang presidente sa Culiat, servant. Hindi ka boss. Walang hari, walang reyna. So sa mga board of directors, kung hindi kayo nakakasundo, walang mangyayari. You can have different opinions, tulad ng sinabi ni PP Abs at sinabi ni PPJC. You can have different sets of opinions. But, naka-structure ang, ano ba yung charge ninyo? With the best course of action, ano kasi? In charge natin? Okay, the office to which of you have been elected is one of dignity and importance. In accepting this office, you undertake a responsibility which is not to be assumed lightly nor carelessly discharged. You are charged with the duties of seriously and resolutely furthering the objectives of Junior Chamber International Philippines and JCI having a democratic way of leadership. So kung hindi kayo nagkakasundo, pag-usapan nyo kaya may division of the House. And that's why parliamentary procedure is very important. Kung hindi nyo pinapractice ang parliamentary procedure, magkakagulo ang board meeting ninyo. Sigurado yan. So kailangan always practice. Now, to the aspiring members, always participate. Hindi yung pagkatanggal ng Biblia, tapos wala na, tapos niyo. Although, the BBJC journey, yan pinakamasaya sa journey nyo, sa JCI career nyo. Pero once na nag-graduate na kayo as a regular member, mapakita pa rin kayo. Iba na yung maging treatment. Pero now you belong, di ba? Pero still participate. Marami kayong pwedeng gawin, marami pa kayong pwedeng i-contribute sa chapter.
Kung mga matatanggalan na ng bib, no? Palakpakan natin si PP Glenn. Thank you for those words. And syempre, medyo pag-aanyan natin ng konti, no? PP asks, paginisan lang, beer or hard?
Hard.
PP, okay, lights off or lights on? Pahirapan! Mas gusto niyo ng maliwanag. Si PP Rafi, pahirapan natin ng konti. Have you ever used Culiat as an excuse to your GF or wife during your time in Culiat? Siyempre naging excuse or...
Ay, naka-record ba yan?
Doktora.
Hello? Yes. Actually, magpeto lang akong konti. When I was active in the GCI movement, and then I became president, sabi ko, hindi ako mag-aasawa hanggang mag-presidente. Kaya bilib ako sa mga tao kamukha ni President King, kasi may family na sila, and yet they're very active with the organization. Ako kasi, at that time, alam ko hindi ko kaya mag-presidente na may pamilya na ako. So, I waited after I became president, that's when I got married. So, during that time, I was a bachelor. Tapos, nag-girlfriend ko si Doktora. Yeah, I was already president at that time. Ang problema kasi, I was president for 2 years. I was acting president before. Kasi I was EVP and my president was President Dennis Uy. Eh si Past President Dennis Uy, nagtayo sila ng factory sa China. So, sabi niya sa akin, may factory kami sa China, so I will be going there once a month. So, once a month daw, pupunta sa China. Ang nangyari, once a month lang pala siya pupunta dito. So, since I was the EVP, I was the acting president during his term. So, parang 2 years ako nag-presidente. So, during that time, nag-girlfriend ko noon si Doktora. So, medyo matanda na ako at that time. Ngayon, there are times, syempre, may Christian basis. Kumukha ngayon, usually nasa bahay na ako during this time, pero sabi ko, I'm going to attend the JC, talks. So, ayun, okay lang naman. Alam naman niya, harmless ako.
Alright, thank you for that honest answer. PPJC, your turn. Medyo ipahin natin ang question na nang tapat sa'yo. Sino pinaka-kinainisan mo na member during your time?
During my time?
Pwede mag-drop name. Because...
Ay, ako rin. Sige.
Tormentor eh. Honestly, Tormentor, alam nila backstory, is how hard I am to you guys in the boxing. Sino ba? Sino Fates, Dane, Hero, no? If how hard ako sa kanila, natutunan ko yun guys. So,
As a shaper member, and naiinis, honestly ako, alam, my wife knows this, ayaw may binibiling ako. I don't drink.
Di ba?
You did not.
Di ba? Half bundle ng Sunday bread kasi talaga ako before, pagpasok. Pero nako-force ako. Because, because of that. So, no, and then sila Christian, and then sila Chelsea. Di ba? Doon ako nung una. Pero, after a while, I mean, you get to know why. Pero, if you're going to ask me kung sila yung name, that,
Sandali, may follow-up ako doon. Ne, ako din siya. Ilang beses niya ako pinaiyak. Yung pagod ka, yung 12 hours ka na nagtatrabaho sa GCs, tapos yung fellowship, sabi niya, palpak project mo. Oo, tapos papasok ka sa kotse, iiyak ka mag-isa. Ginawa ko na lahat. Pero, your greatest tormentor, my greatest tormentor was my greatest mentor.
Yes. I think the first or second titigan mo handling the finance of titigan. Medyo OC kasi ako when it comes to numbers. Nawawalan ako ng magkano 10 piso ata or 100 pesos.
50.
O parang gano'n na, 50 pesos, hindi ako nagtatali. Yung 50 pesos, hindi ako nagtatali. Talagang hinahanap ko, I mean, weekends and titigan around 4 or 5. Hanggang 7, tinatapos ko. Sabi ko, ayun nga, pinahanap niya sa akin na natin mo. I mean, millions yung kiniyata namin, pinapahanap na sa akin yung 50 pesos. Ganun na din dito. Kaya noon tayo, napabera mo na lang natin yung 50 pesos para magtali yung pera sa sheet. So that's how hard PP is.
Alright. Oh my God. Sa third na yun. Okay. Anyway, moving on, PP Glenn. Next question is, most memorable petty issue you would never forget?
50 pesos.
Wala na? Wala na? Alright, so ABP asks, if there was one project that you wish you would have done during your term, ano yun?
That I would have done. Clubhouse.
Yeah.
I would have, if I could do it over, I would have focused on at least building the foundation of our new clubhouse.
Because po, can we collaborate?
Because I entered JC's, meron pa tayong clubhouse nung baby JC's ako. So may bahay yung Culiat na even if walang projects, walang meetings, you can go there every Friday, meron doon. Minom lang, nagkabraha lang, kwentuhan lang. And then later on, because of conflict, wala yung clubhouse natin. So it was something na I wish the next generations of BBJCs and JCI members would experience na may clubhouse tayo.
Alright, thank you for that answer. Next, moving on, application on personal life, PP Oben. Can you describe a time when you face a challenging situation in your family or personal life and how you navigated it as a leader? Again, can you describe a time when you face a challenging situation in your family or in your personal life and how you navigated it as a leader?
Actually, I cannot cite any in particular right now, but as always, when I am confronted by challenges, what I do is I pause. I do not engage head-on. No? I pause. I take a step back. I gather my thoughts. I pray. Very important. And I act upon. So yun lang. So sa lahat, sa family, sa business, that's what I do.
So, what advice ang pwede mong ibigay sa kanila? Because some of our members they're starting to have a baby or sakto ngayon pa lang sila nagpapakasal, how they can balance the organization and family?
Actually, katulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, well, it has something to do with yung question na yung principles mo in life, no? So, charity is very important, but you have to take into consideration that before sharing, before giving to others, you have to make sure that the needs of your family are taken care of, no? Kasi there's no point in joining, there is no sense in joining, there is no sense in sharing your time to others when kulang pa sa oras mo sa pamilya mo. So yun lang. So, take care of your family and then you go out, you share a little of your time here, some of your talents. Treasures, pwede rin. Pero yung kaya lang, manageable.
Alright, thank you, PP Obeng. And question to PP Rafi, what are some of the most important values and principles that guide your approach to leadership in your family? How did you apply those values in your personal life?
I believe kasi na if you're somebody, you should be somebody worth emulating. Alam mo sa family, dapat, like yung mga anak mo, yung nakikita na sila gagayahin nila. In the same manner na ako, when I was growing up, I used to see my dad very active in civic organizations, especially the JCs, because my father was a die-hard member of this organization. He was actually the only two-term president of JCI. Actually, like, kami lahat dito second generation JC, si PP Glenn, third generation siya. So, you know, para sa family ko, I saw my dad, how he loved this organization. So ako, when I joined this organization, ganun din yung aking feeling during that time. In the same manner, yung mga kids ko, hopefully one day they would also see how I approach this organization, and hopefully they also become leaders of this organization. So that's my thought regarding this. Siyempre, on the same manner, problema lang, nakikita nila lagi nagpag-inuman ako sa JCs. Ngayon, yung anak ko first year ngayon sa Manila, bar top lecturer na siya. Lahat ng bar sa Manila pinasukan na.
Thank you for that answer. Anyway, at this moment, we are opening the floor to everyone. Sino yung may gustong magtanong or iba to ang question, please feel free. Meron ba? Let's start with Press A. Yes. Wala pa? How about some of our board of directors? Or future IP? Yan, future president. Wala? Or sa mga BBGCs natin? Nag-iisip?
To everyone, paano nyo nalaman na gusto nyo na or pwede na kayong mag-lead ng Culiat?
Kasi may si Box, para daw mag-president siya, kailangan niya magharap ng 10 PTGC, kailangan magharap ng 10 presidents, vice presidents, para mag-presidente siya. Sabi ko, alisin na niya ako doon. So, para masagot yung tanong ni Box, the floor is open po.
During our time, nasa alam mo na alam ng mga members, alam ng mga officers, past presidents, na it's your time. So that's why during when we became president during that time, nakalaan na sa'yo At that time, Bong Pangilinan, it was his time, and then it was Josel Reyes' time, tapos si Dennis Uy, tapos ako, alam mo na Tapos wala kang kalaban. Kasi nga, it's your time And usually, walang kukontra. Kasi nga, you're, nandun ka na sa point na, it's your time. Ganun lang.
Parang nakalaan na siya agad para sa iyo, Yes po, pipilin.
Tama yung sinasabi ni Peter Rafi. Actually, ikaw sa sarili mo, alam mo naman gusto mo na tumakbo. Pero ang tanong dyan is it the right time? Ano mo malalaman kung right time niyan? Kung yung mga members mismo tinutulak ka na. That's the right time. Mapipig mo naman yun. Ikaw na maging presidente. Now, sa history ng Culiat, iilan lamang talagang may labang eleksyon. Past president. Doon sa nabutan ko, pumasok ako 1997 under kay PP Rafi. So, ang may laban siya si Pipirici. Diba? Tapos after yan, ito na yung kay Ren, tsaka kay Hazel. Ito yung pagitan ng haba. So, bakit nagiging gano'n? Kasi, maayos ang pamamalakad ng mga members ng mga board of directors natin ng chapter natin. So, hindi tayo nagkakaroon ng panggaan. Di ba? Pero, normally, hindi. Other chapters, yes, talagang nilapad yan. Hindi sila nabibigayan. Pero dito sa atin, nabibigayan tayo. Pero yung nangyari, doon kay Red at kay Hazel, maganda yung nangyari na yun. It's a very healthy exercise. Yung election na yun, after nun, yun talaga ang idea. After ng election, wala na yan. Walang away, walang tampuhan, yun ang maganda. Dapat, kung magkakaroon naman tayo ng election ulit, sana gano'n. So, yung mga past presidents na dito, just to guide. It's important to note also, ano ang difference ng Culiat as compared to other chapters. Yung mga ibang chapters, ang presidente, mga past president, ayaw bumitaw. Gusto nila sila, control pa rin na control, nagmamato pa rin sila kung anong nangyayari sa chapter. Dito sa Culiat, hindi mangyayari yan. Nandito lang kami tumulong kung hihingi kayo ng tulong. Otherwise, hindi kami makikialam. Nag-observe lang kami. So, yun ang difference ng Culiat talaga na dapat ma-appreciate ko rin. Thank you.
Okay, JC. Ako kasi na-experience ko the election between Hazel and Red. Those two are one of my best friends sa Culiat. Renato and Hazel. Hazel has been there with me since I started. Isa siya sa mga director when I was baby JCs. Renato was also there every time I meet him before I became president. So ito was, umiyak ako nun. Remember, Chef, umiyak ako nun when they were fighting. Hindi mo sila fighting. Umiyak ako nun dahil ipon ako. I need to choose between the two. Noong time na yun. Pero after nun, wala, no hard feelings talaga kami ni Hazel. I mean, close friends pa rin kami ni Hazel, close friends kami ni Red, nothing. Parang wala lang yan. Even yung time na yun, yung mga alam kong voted for Hazel, yung mga sumuporta kay Hazel, mga sumuporta kami, wala eh. It's just lang na siguro binibigyan ng kulay. Pero wala talaga. Wala yung, hindi ko susuportahan. It was never like, yun nga yung sinasabi ko kayo. Sinabi ko ni Glenn. So yung sinabi ko kay Jen, ito way back here. The past presidents will not move if you don't ask for, hindi sila magbibigay ng advice if you don't ask them. Because, ang point of view natin, ako, if I'm a past president, if you're not asking any advice or guidance from me, it means everything is going well. Diba? It means kaya mo i-handle it. So, if magtatampo dahil hindi sila supportahan daw ng past presidency niya, it's not like that. Hindi lang talaga namin alam how to help. And we don't, a past president shall never overstep any president. Never dapat mangyari. Which is, sadly, nangyayari nga sa iba chapters. Which is, hopefully, not matibay. Yun lang. Nasasalita ko natin kung mga galaw. Ano mo yung...
Alright, may gusto pa pumasok.
Ako, I've been member since 1992. So marami na rin ako nakitang election sa Culiat. Tama si Past President Claire, we're very fortunate na ang Culiat, konti lang yung mga may laban during the elections. Nakailan lang tayo. Although ako, syempre, marami na akong experience na gano'n. And hindi maganda. I would ask people na sana wala nang mangyari sa atin yung gano'n. Kasi it's very divisive. Nakita ko yan na, okay, maganda yung nangyari dati, at least walang problema. Ako na-experience ko yung mainit talaga yung laban, tapos
Yung mga natalo, nagsashy away sa organization. Kaya ako, isa sa mga advocacy ko na as much as possible, walang away within the organization, especially during the elections. Kasi nakita ko yun eh, yung mga very active, very good people in the organization, tapos bigla sila magsashy away because of, yung natalo sila ng election. Kaya sayang. So after that, I really hit a point na hindi na maulit-ulit. During my time, siguro nakatatlo na election na may laban. So, I would discourage that to happen again.
Alright, thank you po. Advice para sa kanila.
Hindi naman. Hindi, kasi ako po ito. Ito naman yung point of view ko when it comes to election kung may laban. For me, ibig sabihin, successful yung sinundan na leaders. Ngayon, kumbaga naka-inspire siya ng gusto pang mag-lead. Kaya ako, para sa akin, kung magkakaroon ng laban, mayroong part na sana wala kasi baka diyan pa magsimula yung away, may pros and cons na pwede mangyari eh. Yun nga yung pwede mag-shy away sa chapter, mayroong magkaibigan na dating mag-best friend, mag-aaway na talaga. Pero ako kasi tinitignan ko siya sa positive perspective na ibig sabihin, naka-inspire tayo ng gusto pang mag-lead. Yun lang. Hindi naman siya question.
For the longest time, reaching up till then, that's 1998. 98, then nagkaroon, the next election was 2017. So ilan yun, mga 20 years? 19 years, no? Bago nagkaroon ng election ulit. You have to, tama yung sinabi mo eh. BPGs ako, dalawa lang kami ni Bossing. You see the point? Dalawa lang kami ni Bossing. Noong 2011. 2012, tatlo lang. So from that time, ito lang table lang kami. So, iyon, madali. Pero because JCI Culiat in particular, nadami at nadami. Because, again, sabi mo nga, because of a successful term. Because we have been having successful term year in, year out. No? Hindi na bumababa sa, let's say, 10 new members, at least annually. So, dumadagdag. So, inevitable. So, hindi na, before kasi I think there was the 5-year plan, ginagawa natin yun eh. Naging presidente ako because I was part of that plan because nangalan kami. Talaga mo sasama ka. Yeah. So, yun, going back to the question of the right time, sabi nga niya kami sometimes kasi, the problem is you don't believe in yourself and people do believe in you. Yun na lang talaga. Yun na. Pero yung election, so sigurado ako, last was 2017, in the near future, magkakaroon rin.
Si Press Kate, ready na yung question niya. Si Direct Manager John.
Hello po, good evening. This is for the, actually I have 2 questions. Or can I just ask for that?
Pwede naman dalawa.
Okay. Since this is our organization, if I were planning to be a president or to become the president in an organization, how will I choose my board of directors? Or kayo po, in your part, how did you choose your board of directors? Did you choose it based on your people's skill or your relationship or ano po?
Hindi, by tradition kasi hindi ka naman pumipili. Hindi ka pumipili. So, parang katulad ng question kanina, yung mga members, alam din nila, pag oras na nila para umakyat, not necessarily as president, not as board of directors. No? Makikita natin yung mga nagpa-participate, nagsishare ng oras nila, at nagko-contribute sa mga projects. No? And then, they will be called upon. Parang nabapaspasan sila, not really you as the primary candidate, no? Kasi sa atin kasi, wala naman talagang kandidato as president. Sa una, no? It's all board of directors. So, yung papasok sa board of directors na yun, usually, yun yung mga active. So, natatawag sila. So, hindi naman talaga, kunyari ako ang nakapanahon na maging presidente, hindi naman talaga ako pumipili. Yes, kasi yung pagpili, discourage din natin yun. Kasi parang yung sinabi ni PP Rafi, divisive din kasi yun eh. Kaya hindi kita napili, pero sa tingin mo, you are a contender. So, siyempre, minsan sumasakit yung loob mo. So, ganun yung proseso. Siguro, hanggang ngayon ganun pa rin naman, di ba? Hindi naman tayo pumipili talaga ng board natin.
Alright, thank you. May gusto pa po bang sumagot? So does this mean na yes na to for 2024?
I think very common for an organization. So, different parties within organization is very inevitable. Of course, merong party 1, party 2, but it's within, okay? Have you encountered challenges parties within the organization during your leadership, during your term? For example po, I'm the president now and then divided into two, parang hindi peace yung organization. If that's so, how did you resolve it?
Yeah, actually, mahilig tayo sa party. After nito may fellowship, diba? Christmas party, Halloween party, the other party. Okay. Anyway, the question ko is, ano na lang point of view nyo na pag may humahabol na election sa local organization, na minsan may dalawang party?
In any organization, lalo na a fast-growing organization, magkaka-party-partito talaga rin. Even right now, I'm sure meron pa yung kanya-kanyang barkada within the GCI. Sometimes it starts out like that. Barkada lang kayo and then bigla kayong partido. Actually, barkada lang kayo. Barkada kayo, actually. It happens. It's impossible na hindi mangyari. Kasi ako may iba akong group, technically. Pero when I was president, hindi ko ka-grupo yung board ko. And it worked very well. Because these are people, yung naging board, like PP Oban said, these are people you're currently very active working with already. Kaya nagkaka-natural succession siya. Kasi kayo na yung group na may I die for GCI kayo level. Diba? Kaya pag umakyat yung isa sa inyo, usually nakapigit yung buong group. Pero they're not necessarily your core group. Hindi sila yung tatawagan mo pag bago kang break. Hindi sila yung kainuman mo every night. Pero sa GCI, sila yung, oh my God, kailangan ko ng tulong. Sila yun. Diba? Diba? You handle, I think the lines of parties, if you're all working towards the same goal, will blur. So I guess maybe you can try to realign your goals from your own personal to the chapter's goals. Para pareho yung tingin nyo, hindi isa na tingin dito, isa na tingin. I think if you're all looking towards the same direction, those lines of those different parties, regardless of different cultures or behaviors or opinions, will lead to the same place.
So it's important for you to have a shared vision,
Yes.
to have the same vision.
Exactly.
Right? Yes.
During your early stages, when you were just joining the organization, was there already an inkling sa inyo, sa sarili ninyo, that one day I have what it takes to be in that particular position?
Ako nang sasagot. Again, ano lang to, kamukha niya sinabi. I had fun with the road trip with Jella. The first time na nakasama ko si Jella. Sinabi ko sa kanya, the baby JCs, ang goal is for the baby JCs to aim for presidency. Because if not, there is something wrong with the program. Because in parallel, we train leaders, we train change makers. If the BBJC doesn't have a hint or hindi man lang niya napikit at sana maging presidente ako one day, may kulang doon sa process na ginagawa. Or na ginagawa niya, or ginagawa ng POP. May kulang. Kasi, para mong sinabi na nag-training ka ng tao, and then yung tao, wala siyang higher goal. Nagigets yun ba? Na yung tinitrain nyo should have a higher goal. Not only in JCI, kumbaga siya mismo, even in his or her career, will have a higher goal in her life.
Kumbaga, sorry to butt in, meron pa siyang nilook forward.
Kumbaga, natitrain niya yung sarili niya and will grab every opportunity. Will be there every opportunity na meron. To be active. No? So, pero, yun yung the BBJCs, imposible na, yung talagang true-blooded sinasabi ko, imposible na hindi sasali sa utak nyo na sana maging presidente ako one day ng LO. And to tell you honestly, nag-ABP ako, nag-LAC ako, iba, the best pa rin talaga ang magiging presidente sa LO than any other position sa JCI. There you go.
Yes, actually, Pipigren.
Just to add also, yung tagline ng JCI is, we are a leadership training organization. Hindi tayo civic organization like Rotary. Diba? So you join JCI knowingly that one day you will become a leader. And all the opportunities are thrown your way. You just have to participate. So to answer your question, yes, nung sumali ako, nung nakita na, wow, gusto ko maging presidente one day. So, meron ka ng goal. That's why the BBJC program is designed that way. We have two ladders kasi in JCI. One's no training, the other one's leadership. And totoo na sinasabi, walang pinaka-challenging na posisyon sa buong JCI career mo other than a chapter president. Walang nag-RVP ka, nag-AVP ka, wala. Ito yung pinakamasarap at pinaka-challenging, maging chapter president or LO president. Kasi just imagine, how many are we, Palapas? How many members na Culiat? That's the official answer, 76. Kasi nakuha naman tayo. We are perpetually 76 members strong. So just imagine, a person like the president will have to be flexible and to adapt to all the quirks of all the members in order to motivate them towards a common goal. Ang hirap niyan. Hindi tayo binabayaran lahat tayo volunteers. So makikita mo, you should appreciate yung hirap ng isang presidente. At at same time, yun din ang pinaka-fulfilling pag natapos siya. Wow, nagawa ko to. Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, apologies for this.
Good evening po. In every organization, there's always this principle that the younger members should be better than their seniors, because this ensures the sustainability of the organization and to make sure that that organization grows. So my question is, during your term as president, what do you think is your single greatest contribution to Culiat, which you would like aspiring leaders or future leaders, the next generation, to build on?
Siguro during my term na sa line of BBJCs, I was able to produce, I think, 3 presidents sa mga BBJCs ko. So, I guess that is my greatest contribution sa Culiat. So, meaning, katulad na sinabi ni BBJ, past president na JC kanina, successful yung JCs, not only my term, but the JCs, because we were able to produce leaders from those batch of BBJCs. And I hope dito sa mga batch ng baby Jesus na to, maybe in 10 years time, makakapag-produce din tayo. No, attorney. Thank you.
Anyone po? P. Rafi?
Regarding yung term mo as president, yung greatest contribution mo, usually, during my time, ang pinaka-godfather ng JCI was David Chonsu. Siya yung godfather ng organization natin. And lagi niya tinatanong, whenever you invite him sa mga activities ng Culiat, lagi niya tinatanong, how's your growth? Yung growth ng organization. That's very important. Dapat lumalaki yung membership mo. And I remember, hindi ko nakalimutan yun eh. So when, during my induction as president, I had 55 baby JCs. Yun na, yung sumali as baby JCs, 55. Na-induct doon, mga 35. So, yun ang very important if you become president. And hindi ko alam kung yan ang president doon sa baby JCs ko. And another thing, during my kasama ka. Galing ko naman pala, no? Tormentor yung naging ko. Tormentor, yung dalawang past president. And one thing I would share also, kailangan yung iangat mo yung Culiat. Well, during my time kasi, pinaka-premier na chapter doon was Manila JCs. Tapos, category 1 chapters, there were only 3. Culiat, Manila, and Capitol. Usually yung Culiat number 3 lang. And then during my term, I was fortunate enough to become the host president. Nung panahon ko, we hosted the National Convention. So, yung ginawa namin noon na puro kayabangan. Siyempre, dapat mayabang tayo. Itong National Convention, gagawin natin style World Congress. Kasi lagi kami nag-attend ng World Congress noon. Kasama ko si Past President Joseph and Past President Dennis Uy. Suki kami ng mga World Congress. So, in-turn namin sa World Congress. So, feeling ko yun ang contribution namin dito sa chapter. Kasi sumikat talaga yung Culiat during that time. Sa kayapaan namin.
Alright. Meron pa po bang gusto sumagot? Greatest contribution?
Ano ba? Nakailan akong president sa mga baby Jesus? Christian, Glenn. Si Glenn, 100%. Ako tsaka si Kay. Dalawa lang kami baby Jesus, pero ako may president. I cannot identify a single major contribution. But because mas humble yung term ko kaysa kay, kasi Angeles siya eh, sa kanyang Angeles eh. Pumasiano lang ako, wala akong city. Sorry na patay ko. Pero my belief rin kasi, and I shared this with President Kate, is if I try to motivate and lead the chapter best I can, and I inspire just one of you, one trait of your life changes for the better because of something we did together. Even if it's not so noticeable, I'm happy. My mission in GCI is fulfilled. So I cannot identify one particular thing, but I would like to think that I did help motivate other leaders during my term. Na as a result, may mga nag-president dun sa mga members and baby Jesus. Thank you.
Alright. Anyway, meron pa po ba gusto magtanong? Treasurer Dean, our last question, magagaling sa'yo.
And one question. Good evening po ulit.
Tayo nga.
Our chapter is growing fast. And I just wanted to ask po sa mga magiging president natin in the future, what are the advice and core values na mabibigay niyo po sa kanila na from your term po, na natutunan niyo from your term, and you want to retain sa chapter because as I said earlier na we're growing fast, so we're not really sure about the core values na natuturo po or natututunan po nila na you want to retain po dito sa chapter natin para like the trademarks that you wanted to continue.
First and foremost, this is my opinion and my personal opinion. First and foremost, as a president, always protect the integrity of our job. Hindi natin binibenta ang Culiat. Never mangyayari. Pangalawa, be accountable. The president should be accountable. Pangatlo, be honorable. In a nutshell, that's it. Thank you.
Alright, sa iba po, PTJC.
Advice, no, for the future president, no? Number one, have a very supportive partner. No?
Yeah, you have to.
Kinikilig ka naman eh.
Yes. Number one, it will be hard. Ito na sasabihin ko sa mga magiging future. It will be hard. Papayakin ka, papasayin ka, hindi ka papatulungin. Pero i-enjoy nyo lang. And number one that I want everyone to realize when you JCI is, you have to self-realize. You have to self-assess. Assess mo yung sarili mo. To know what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. Because when you assess yourself, you'll have ownership of what you're going to do. Hindi yung sinabi ng tao, box, ganyan-ganyan. It's either makikita siya or hindi, right? But if you assess yourself of what people are saying, as a president, kasi marami kang maririnig. Marami talaga. Mahirap. Maraming ibabato sa'yo. Pero you have to assess yourself what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. And then, improve. The president will never, any president will never be perfect. But at the end of the day, dapat, from day one, you have been the best version of yourself on the day we speak. Yun lang yun. You have to keep improving. And tingnan mo ano nangyari. There's one philosophy that I believe as about Sobilo. Kung paano ang presidente, ganoon din sa ang mga papasok at the kind of members of the BBGs pati train mo. It will be a reflection of who you are. So, kung tingin nyo nababawasan or wala nag-active, assess. Tingnan mo, trial and error yan, kaya nag-thesis eh. Diba? Process-oriented. Diba? Presidente ka, you're not because you're the president, you're the alpha. You know? Again, you're the alpha, you're the omega, ganyan. So, magkakamali ka, learn from it. Huwag mo na muli. Then try a different approach. Ganun lang yan. When I was a president, again, yung board of directors ko was the only active members that time. Other than the past president, alam nga naman, gulugin ko yung mga past presidents, di ba? The four people here, plus some more past presidents, were very active. Pero syempre, hindi naman sila pwede mag-POP. Pero what I did was trial and error talaga. And I have an area, I will be hosting area on that time. So ang mindset ko, I have to have more working legs. Mauutusan ko ba ito mga ito? Yung presidente ako.
Utusan mo nga kami.
So, nakiusap ako sa kanila to do the committee chairs during that time ng area ko. Lahat ng committee chair ng area ko that time was past presidents. Because when we were starting, again, wala kaming member. So the mindset was trial and error. I believe that the staff, sila Dane, sila, yung experience kung paano ako maging, minsan masayahin ako, minsan, right? Sobrang sungit ko. So trial and error. So yun ang magiging advice ko. You have to, sabi ng pipira, you have to be flexible. Just, and then you have to be flexible. Yun lang, huwag kayong matakot mag-subok or mag-experiment in style of leadership. What will work for you?
yun ang kailangan when you become president.
Alright, thank you, JC.
I think there are people here who thought about like being part of the board, not necessarily being president na, because most of the people here right now are directors or members. Pero syempre, there is the fear of the unknown. There is fear, although there is desire, but sometimes it's overshadowed by fear and things that they consider in life like work, career, or family, or other things. Sometimes there's also doubt in themselves. Any words for them to encourage them? Because I wouldn't even ask na if it's worth it, because I know it's worth it, right? It's worth the try. So any words for them that would somehow encourage them to go for it and at least try.
Tingnan mo, lakas mo mga utos. Sabi ng utos. Sa mga nag-iisip to be part of the board, remember, you're not alone. When you're a board of directors. So you're not an island. You're not going to be doing all the work by yourself. So, there's one thing I want to add dun sa mga gusto rin mag-president or board or just anything in life. You humble yourself. If you humble yourself, you admit hindi mo kayang gawin lahat, you learn how to ask for help and delegate. Because if you try to do all of this by yourself, which I did before, and JCI taught me how to delegate and work as a team, that might comfort you in thinking na kaya kong gawin to kasi hindi naman ako mag-isa. So you build relationships within your groups, or if you have groups within the chapter. Remember, hindi to Team A, Team B, we're one JCI, we're one Angeles Culiat. Even if you're BBJC, you need help, you can text me. A lot of the BBJCs here minsan message me, and it's okay. Di kami nangangagat. Hindi porket past presidents kami, you cannot ask for help. But minsan we're so bored, we're just waiting for someone to text us for help. So you also ask help from your friends, your teammates, your GCI member friends. Ito yung group mo eh. And these are the people you learn from. We learn from each other. Kami, past president na kami. We're still learning from you guys from your questions tonight. You realize so many things. Diba? It's a learning process. GCI is a learning organization. So you're allowed to make mistakes. Just don't keep making them. So don't be scared to take that jump na parang, okay, I'll become a board, pero ako lang, hindi eh. Ang dami nyo, 10 kayo. 10 kayo, and then ang dami, 75 members, pero in reality, we're probably 50 strong. 50 strong is better than 70 a week. Remember that. You can be 20, but you're strong. Active. That can make a world of difference. Don't be scared to ask for help, even from us. Nabatwas. Kung yung tinawag mo sa amin, din senior past presidents. So, don't be scared. No, you will not grow if you don't face your fears. In life, in JCs, in your work, in your love life, in whatever other stuff you got going on that you don't want to talk about, you have to take that step. Okay? Since you're also young, you have a lot of time to improve your lives, improve yourselves, correct your wrongs. Don't be scared. Diba, hindi mo malalaman na hindi nag-try. Parang yung beer, before mo tinry, tapos nagustuhan mo, o paano mo alam na ayaw mo siya, hindi mo naman tinry. O, after mo tinry, beer, diba?
Minsan gusto mo pa.
Oo, minsan pakipot ka pa, meron mo. Okay lang, you just try. Don't be too serious about all of these decisions. You think about it, you take VP Obeng's advice, if your family is well taken care of, your job is well taken care of, and you still have that extra time and extra space in your life, do it. What do you have to lose? Nothing, not here. No one's gonna ridicule you here. You're here to learn and we're here to teach. So, take that next step on recruitment talk. Alright, yun lang. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Speaking Up. Yes po, Mr. Rocky.
That's a good question, President King, no? How do you dive into it nga? Tama yun. Kasi, like for example, me, you know, bata pa ako, I've never been a leader. Like even in school, grade school, high school, di ba, meron tayong class officers. Minsan ni Sergeant at Arms. Di ako naging, kahit na Sergeant at Arms, I was never been an officer. Kahit sa class lang. And then all of a sudden, I find myself being part of the GCI movement, being a committee chairman, eventually being a commissioner, eventually being member of the board, and then finally being president of this organization. Meron nga akong kinukwento dati. Kasi during that time, yung induction ng GCI, pinapalabas sa cable. Channel 3 pa at that time. Sa ACCBN, wala pa converge nun. And I remember I saw one of my classmates in grade school. Nakita kami, tapos sabi niya, "Hoy, alam mo, minsan nanonood ako ng TV, nakakita ako sa Channel 3, may induction, kamukha mo yung i-induct," sabi sa akin. Hindi siya paniwala ako yun. Kasi nga, when we were kids, I was this happy-go-lucky guy na there's no responsibility to world, na walang pakialam sa mundo. Yun ang alam niya sa akin. Hindi nila alam na when I joined GCI, na-develop siguro yung leadership skills. Kamukha ka kanina, yung kwento kanina na dati, magsalita ka lang sa mic, ninervous ka. Diba? Past President Abby. At that time, nung nag-start ako sa JCI, JC Creed, JC Prayer lang, naninilig na yung kamay ko. And then, nung nag-presidente niya ako, sabi ni Past President Marmon, nakapatong naman sa tama ba yung presidente? So, hindi mangyayari yun, hindi ako magiging presidente if I did not have this open mind na every time na there's a challenge na appoint ka to a particular chairmanship, particular committee, kung hindi mo in-accept, hindi ka titibay. And tama nga yung sabi ni Past President Abby na once you become active in this organization, habang umahangat ka, meron kang kasabay na umahangat ng mga kaibigan mo. Hindi lang barkada, kasi when I joined the JCI, mga barkada ko na puro lasing ko kami lahat. Pero as I rose through the ranks, makikita mo yung mga nagpo-perform talaga. And they become your friends. Yun ang magiging team mo. Kasama mo sa committees, magiging kasama mo sa board, and then eventually, when you're president, sila yung mga teammates mo. So, ganun yung process sa JCI.
Alright, so since nasa inyo na po ang mic, do we have any final word for our members, PBJCs?
To the new members, I would encourage you to be active in this organization. When I was president, ang long team ko at that time was LEAD. Leadership Excellence to Active Participation. Kasi kung hindi ka magpa-participate sa mga activities, sa mga programs natin, wala kang matututuan sa organization. So, I would encourage everybody to participate, to join lahat ng mga activities natin. Marami yan. That's how we develop leaders, is exposing them to various activities. Tapos, whenever they ask you to become chairman or one of different projects, I accept it. Kasi it's a challenge. Kamukha ko at that time, nung bago-bago lang ako, bigla akong in-appoint na chairmanship of the Christmas party. At that time, yun ang pinakamahirap na membership meeting. And then I accepted, and then it was successful, and I felt good. And then after that, lahat ng mga bato sa akin na chairmanship, tinatanggap ko. Kasi nga, nag-enjoy ako eventually. So that's how you learn in this organization. And then when you're active na, aim for the top spot. Aim to become president. Kasi yun ang ultimate goal dito sa organization natin. And if you mga member of the board, if you want to become president, ako kasi goal-oriented ako eh. When I became president, ang goal ko is to be, for the chapter to be an outstanding chapter, and I wanted to be the outstanding president. So, in-apply ko yun. When I became president of Rotary Club, when I became president of CC Senate, yun ang goal ko lagi. For the chapter to be the outstanding and of course, outstanding president.
Thank you, Mimi Rafi. Bibi Ope, what's the final word?
Thank you. Gusto ko lang pong dagdagan, no? I agree with PP Rafi, no? It's all about participation. So, we learn while doing the projects. Yun po ang steps, paakyat sa taas. And fast forward po yung mga board of directors natin, yung mga magiging presidente, eventually aakyat din po yan. And yung friendly election mo, yung politics, is okay. No? But once you go national, sometimes may ibang laro. At ang isang pakakatandaan po natin, no? And I would like to express my strong objection sa ibang politics sa national. Laban pong laban, but never sell your soul. Tandaan po natin yun. Katulad po ng sinabi ni P.P. Glenn, walang presyo ang Culiat. So I'm sure we all agree and we have the same stand pagdating po yun.
Thank you, Bibi Ope. ABB Abs. Let's acknowledge the presence of our past president, Bibi Richie. Palakpakan ng question para sa'yo, ma'am.
JCI
Don't worry.
I'll give the floor to Richie.
Sige po, the question is, what's your final word for tonight? Any advice to our new members, maybe JCs, and incoming officers, directors of our organization?
Okay, ako na muna. To the baby JCs, thank you for giving JCI Angeles Culiat a chance. Thank you for being here. To the board, so far, so good. Galing. Congratulations. I cannot give you any more advice because you're doing very, very well. And to everyone na lang, remember that you're here to learn for yourself, that you're here to serve Culiat and GCI. So when you're out there, to follow up lang what PP Glenn said, you act and you represent JCI Culiat. Not yourself, but the chapter when you're at GCI events. So you act with dignity, you behave ng konti. It's party kung party, pero huwag naman yan muna eh. Diba? Nung term ko, inupin ako, pauwi ko yung mga alam. At nag-head count ako sa mga hotel rooms. Okay? Because you're representing Culiat, not yourself. So if may nagka-problema doon, it's Culiat versus whatever chapter yung nakabanggaan nyo. So when you're also serving the chapter with projects, you think about the chapter, not yourself lang. Okay? So we are GCI, and then we're GCI Culiat. And then I'm Abs. Pero I hope you understand what the message that I'm trying to get across. That we are one organization. So you take pride in GCI Angeles Culiat because we've all taken care of this organization with our hearts and soul. And I hope we can do that for the chapter as well. Thank you.
Alright, PP Glenn, any final words?
Closing remarks.
Okay, mga BPJCs, sa mga new members, sa mga all members of GCI Angeles Culiat. yung mga opportunities natin, embrace them. Pag nandiyan yung opportunity, grab it, sa kanya na isipin kung paano lang natin. Kaya nga in-equip tayo with the seminars and goals on how to go about achieving your goals, di ba? Pero kung nandiyan yung opportunity, kunin na natin. And it's very important also to remind our body that we are a process-oriented organization. Wala pong shortcut. Kung nag-upisa tayo mag-shortcut, doon tayo magkakaroon ng doon na lalabas yung mga problema. So, naka-instill na yan yung mga processes natin. Kaya lagi natin sinasabi sa Culiat, you are allowed to commit mistakes in JCI. But own up with, be accountable. Tapos, improve yourself. Yun naman yung cycle dyan. Okay. So, thank you. Good evening.
Thank you. PPJC?
Guys, no? Ulitin ko, dapat supportive partner. Okay? Anyway, what advice I could give to the membership? As you go on with the journey after the PPGC program, being a member, being a director, etc., for the betterment of our elbow, always have a good open communication with everyone. Regardless kung hindi mo siya trip, regardless kung naiinis ka sa kanya, with whatever color or party or whatever you're doing. Because it's better to have an open communication than talking behind other people's back. Diba? Because that's when the division happens. Ay lalo na, nakikita ko na naman that the organization is growing. Quick story, JCI Manila has what? 300 active members, 400 active members. Hindi sila magkakakilala. But when Manila goes to Culiat, they are really amazed na marami tayo and we have each other's back. So when we go out, even if we don't like each other or we're like something with each other, we are as said, one Culiat. We don't throw anybody under the bus. We take care of our brother or sister in Culiat. So always communicate with each other. As much as possible, put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand each other. Para mas maganda pa yung continuity na lalo the more na dumadami tayo. Kasi I see Culiat maybe 100 active members in the next 5 years. You have to have an open communication para magkakaroon ng and that's the easiest way to resolve conflicts. So again, hopefully, you take into heart lahat ng sinabi nila. Taking the leap of faith, participation, the integrity of Culiat, diba? Ano yun? Pag PPGCs, memorize yun na ba yung values? Put that into heart. And ang sarap na magiging buhay niya. Tell mo sa'yo. Take na ano yun, isang puso nyo lang yung values. Everything will go. Yun lang. Again, maraming salamat for the opportunity.
Thank you, Girls. Incoming board of directors or aspiring directors and to our BJC.
Bigyan tayo.
Good evening po.
Past President Richie.
Richie Nakpin, President 1999. Yes, 1999. As a mga BBCs.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Remember.
Your members.
I don't know now kung ano yung mortality rate natin in terms of BBCs, regular member, tapos nagiging active talaga. Ano yung mortality rate presently? When I say mortality rate, ito yung marami magiging JC. Pero after 1 or 2 years, sino yung nag-stay sa organization? Yaro yan eh, yaro magsalita oh. Ako yung break natin. Isa lang. Anyway, seriously, yung mga past presidents na nakikita nyo ngayon sa harap nyo, ito yung mga tumanda na feeling Jesus pa rin. No, pero technically, after 40, associate ka na. Pero why? Ako, for example, sa sarili ko lang, I am 52 years old now, and bago ako magsalita, binibilang ko yung mga years ko when I became a GC. Almost half of my life. So 26 years now na GC ako, but still, nandito pa rin kami, humaharap, lalo na pag-invite ng President. Why is this important for me? Kasi excited kang naging BBJC. I hope i-enjoy nyo yung process, tapos magiging regular member kayo. Pero pag hindi nyo in-involve yung mga sarili ninyo sa mga projects, walang sense yung sumama kayo sa organization. Palagi ko sinasabi para it's ironic bakit yung mga magiging pagod to the point na iiyak, magagalit, yung talagang tangking kapapang mabatak kaking obra sa mga projects ng JCs. Yun pa yung mga nag-stay. Kung hindi kayo mapapagod, kung hindi nyo in-involve ang sarili nyo sa mga projects, sa mga activities, most likely in a year or two, you will only be JC by name, pero hindi yung tipong tulad namin, hanggang ngayon, pag tumawag sa JCs, nandito pa rin kami. At yung JC life, yung active years ng sa organization, talagang napakapagod kami. Kasi habang napapagod ka sa organization, mas napapamahal yung organization. So, I guess, yung 2 hours na nagsalita yung mga past presidents, basically, we said the same line. Walang ni isa dito sa panel ngayon na hindi napagod sa Jesus. Lahat dito napagod, nag-sacrifice ng time, nag-away ng mag-boyfriend, girlfriend, nag-iwalay, nag-away ng asawa. I mean, sa pagmamahal mo sa organization, dadaanin ka na rin. So, yun ang suggestion ko, please. I think, nasabi na, you involve yourselves sa lahat ng projects ng organization. Mamahalin mo talaga siya. With the election, I think, if I'm not mistaken, ako na yung pinakahuli na magulong eleksyon. Tama?
Si Ren tsaka Hazel.
Ito may kumbahin ko.
Pero hindi magulo.
Yung degree siguro, yung degree, yun na yung sa akin. I will not, hindi ko na siya kukwento. Pero sinasabi ng ipipira sa akin, parang siya nasabi niya na going to the election, kahit sabihin pa natin na we're one family, at saka democratic tayo, supposed to be after the exercise, kung may election, magkakaibigan pa rin after. Ako personally, I would suggest, tuloy na lang natin yung mga ginagawa natin ngayon for the past years, yung before election na pag-uusapan talaga ninyo kung sino yung the-survey, to the point na wala na talagang maglaban pa. Yun ako. I don't know kung anong stand ng mga ibang past presidents, pero ako kasi dinaanan ko yun. Sinabi nila na after the election, isang linggo lang, babalik na yung lahat na nagboto sa kalaban mo. And I won, no? Obviously. Nanalo ako, pero 1 year, 2 years, madami dun sa mga nagboto dun sa naging kalaban ko yung hindi nag-active sa term ko. So, that's reality. So, ako as president, hindi rin ako naging masaya na dinaanan ko yung proseso nyo. Okay, so sana ang organization natin huwag na rin yung daanan. Okay, so yun lang. Again, to all the baby JCs, kailan ang deliberation? Kaya ito, ganda, urban legend. Hindi ko na yun. Okay, thank you very much. Basta I congratulate you. I congratulate all the officers for this occasion. And again, good luck sa mga baby GCs at saka sa mga new members. Mahalin niyo yung organization at marami kayong mapupulot dito. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you. Our 1999-2000 GCILO President, GCI Senator Hilario Richie V. Nakbil. Na humahawi po ng kapitan sa barangay sa Culiat. And next is our 2003-2004 GCILO President, GCI Senator Oliver Open V. Gorgon. Our 2009 Embassy VP Adeline Ags Marie Nepomuceno. Our 2015 and incoming kung ano man ang position for next year, VP John Carlo JC. Certificate of Appreciation is presented to our past president in grateful acknowledgement of his distinguished and invaluable services rendered as keynote speaker during Culiat Talks Episode 8, League of Past Presidents Revolutionizing Culiat Leadership, thereby contributing immeasurably to the prestige and success of the event. JCI Allen City Culiat is grateful for giving us his or her shared insights and expertise. Given this 22nd of July, 2023 at Cafe Retro 252 Friendship Highway, Angeles City, Pampanga 2009. Signed by our 2023 LO President, Kate Reyes Romero, and 2023 Local Skills Development Director, William Banal. Palakpakan naman natin yung mga speakers natin. So, we need call on GCI Senator Roselo Galang. Palakpakan naman po natin. GCI Senator Oliver D. Gozon. Our GCI Senator 2004-2005 LO President, GCI Senator Glenn G. So. And lastly, our past President, John Carlo E. Lim. Sige po, photo off tayo.
Hey, thank you.
Sila President. Then next one them after. Alright? The count of 3, 1, 2, 3, smile.
1, 2, 3.
One more. 1, 2, 3, smile.
1, 2, 3.
Next with our VP for India. Your sign. 1, 2, 3, smile.
1, 2, 3.
May we invite the Board of Directors and Directors of JCI Angeles City Culiat. Please join us. Director as well. Please join us, Director and then Director both.
1, 2, 3. One more po. Okay. 1, 2, 3. One more.